This is KGW News at Sunrise.
Good morning. Thanks for getting up with us on this Sunday. I'm Deidre Johnson. This morning on Sunrise, a walk for a better future. The big event on St. John's Bridge and how organizers hope it will strengthen community bonds. Plus, the Timbers open up a brand new season. We look at some of the big changes for the franchise in 2024. But before we get to that, let's check in with Daisy Caballero for a quick look at your forecast.
Hey, good morning, Deidre. And hey, good morning to all of our viewers. Happy Sunday. Taking you straight out and giving you a live look at what we are seeing this morning here in the Rose City. We're seeing some high clouds, but things are fairly calm for the time being. That is going to be changing. It is currently 48 degrees, and winds coming out from the southeast at 3 miles an hour this morning. But like I said, things are definitely going to be changing. Really just seeing some high clouds for most of our region, also for parts of southwest Washington. But this new system is going to be hitting us in these next few hours, of course, bringing us some rain and then also some mountain snow in those higher elevations. Quick look at your current temperatures this morning. 42 degrees in Forest Grove, 43 in King City, 44 for West Linn. And hey, we're looking at those mid to upper 40s for the coastline in the Dalles, seeing 50 degrees already so far this morning. Now, we're not going to be warming up too much, unfortunately, for today. These are temperatures by right about noon. We have a really quick warm up and then we cool right back down. And we are going to cool way down these next few days. We'll talk more about that and kind of what it means for our snow levels coming up in my full forecast.
All right, thanks so much, Daisy. Well, new this morning, Portland detectives are on the scene of a fatal crash involving a bicycle in the Buckman neighborhood. Just before 3 a.m., officers responded to a crash near Southeast Belmont and MLK. There were also reports of shots fired in the area. Officers found a man with a bicycle who was injured. He died at the hospital. Police say the driver got out of his car and ran from the scene, but was stopped by neighbors. He's now in police custody. Officers haven't found any shooting victims. It's now been 2 years since Russia invaded Ukraine. On Saturday, Ukrainian supporters gathered at Pioneer Square to show support for the country's resistance against Vladimir Putin. This is part of a kickoff for a worldwide campaign called Believe in Ukraine. Its purpose is to unite organizations, communities, and governments in support of the country's fight against Russia. We spoke to a refugee who fled the country with their children after the conflict started.
When we came to United States, we bought tickets and we was hoping to return home in 3 months, but it's 2 years now, and almost 2 years. We came, it was like 1 month after war started, and we are waiting. We don't know what happened next and what it will be and when it will be over. Nobody knows.
Believe in Ukraine rallies also took place in some other major cities, including Washington, D.C., New York City, and San Francisco. A man charged with sex trafficking 2 young girls has pleaded not guilty. This story stretches from eastern Oregon to all the way to the Seattle area. A warning, the details are graphic. In early January, detectives say 25-year-old Ezra Wimana met an 11-year-old and another child online. He picked them up in Pendleton and drove them to his apartment on Federal Way. Court documents say he sexually assaulted one of them and allowed 3 friends to assault the other. He then tried to force them into prostitution. Authorities used social media to track the girls to a home.
This investigation is far from over. Our investigators are still looking at the other 2 suspects that were involved in assaulting these girls in Federal Way.
Wilmana is in jail with bail set at $500,000. He's due back in court next month. A woman is dead and several other people are in the hospital following a crash in Salem Friday night. Police say 2 vehicles crashed at the intersection of 12th Street and Oak Hill Avenue, with one of the cars crashing into a 3rd vehicle. 81-year-old Linda Bush died from her injuries. One of the drivers was cited for failure to obey a traffic control device. Scientists predict more fires are on the horizon for forest in colder and wetter regions of the Pacific Northwest. Researchers with the U.S. Forest Service conducted wildfire simulations for more than 23 million acres of forest land in Oregon and Washington. They found some areas could get twice as much fire activity due to the warming climate.
it might not be obvious to think about fire as a key piece in these ecosystems, but it is in fact a key piece, and a lot of these forests developed in concert with fire, and warmer and drier futures could increase that position of fire in these ecosystems.
Researchers say the findings are a crucial planning tool to help the Northwest prepare for fires in the future. An alert for people in Northwest Portland. The Environmental Services Bureau asks you to stay away from Cedar Mill Creek. The area includes downstream of Northwest Miller and Northwest Cornell through Monday. Crews say about 1,000 gallons of sewage overflowed from a maintenance hole and ran into the creek. Well, Portland continues to honor civil rights leaders throughout Black History Month. On Saturday, the St. John's Bridge was closed for marchers celebrating Martin Luther King Jr. The walk symbolized the historic Selma to Montgomery, Alabama march in 1965.
The St. John's Bridge, with its Gothic arches reaching towards the heavens, stands not just as an architectural marvel, but as a testament to the bridges we must build towards understanding, equality, and justice.
The original march has helped to inspire the passing of the landmark Voting Rights Act. Church leaders say events like this strengthen community bonds and connect everyone to a shared history. Well, the Portland Timbers opened the 2024 season last night at Providence Park with a new head coach and a new style of play. For the fans, it's a fresh start after missing the playoffs last season. Art Edwards has all the action.
A perfect night for some soccer in Soccer City. The Timbers kick off the season, and fans are ready for the action.
We're very excited. It's a new year. They're going to start fresh, and we're excited to see the outcome.
I am so excited. This is the day we all wait for.
After missing the playoffs last year, there is hope and optimism that things will be different this year.
It was a disappointing season last year, but we know they made some good adjustments in the offseason. So we're confident that it's going to be a good year, and we're excited to see the product they put on the field this year.
I hope it'll be different than the last couple of seasons.
A festive atmosphere inside Providence Park. The Timbers Army in mid-season form. Fireworks as the team walked on the field. And of course, there was a tifo made by the Timbers Army. It didn't take long for the Timbers to send the fans into a frenzy. 9th minute, Eric Williamson with a goal. 14th minute, Anthony with a goal. Timber Joey busy cutting slices off the log. Portland with 4 goals in the first half. Anthony with a brace. The second half, not quite as smooth, but the Timbers still got the win 4-1. Head coach Phil Neville after his first game as head coach.
It felt like a Champions League type feeling, you know, there's a buzz in the air, there's an anticipation. I come out at 6:30 and behind the goal there, is it the 107? It was almost full, and it just felt like you was playing in a big Champions League game, and it felt like home. It took me back to playing in the big games in the EPL and in the Champions League. So it feels like home. We've done so much hard work over the last 5 to 6 weeks, and we've still got so much work to do.
Art Edwards, KGW Sports.
All right, well, still to come on Sunrise, former President Donald Trump secures another win, this time in South Carolina. Why Nikki Haley says she's not giving up yet.